Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Kol Ami. How was your week? I'm ready for Shabbat. We last week entered the month of Elul, and this will be our second Shabbat in Elul. There will be two more after this week, and so our service and reflections shift a little bit in this month of preparation for the High Holy Days, which are now just 3 weeks from tonight. We enter a new year. And so we welcome those of you who are here, those of you joining us online with this song that comes from Exodus, actually. Ozi v'zimratia vayihili Yeshua. Adonai is my strength and my might. God will be my salvation. As we think about all that this year has been about and think about the year to come, I invite you to join with us as we welcome this Shabbat service. Like this. Ozi v'zimrat Yah vayihili Yeshua. Ozi v'zimrat Yah vayihili This little song is a bit of a round. So I'm going to go back to part B that we just sang, and Lisa's going to go back to part A, and you can pick one as we sing it all together. Second part all together. We'll turn now to page 120 as we welcome Shabbat by lighting the Shabbat candles. And I'd like to invite Leonard to come forward to lead us in the blessing, the reading that he will share with us before you won't find in your prayer book. It's kind of another reflection as we prepare for the new year. I invite you to listen along as Leonard reads it for us. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay.
In the beginning, emptiness and chaos, a great darkness over the deep. The Spirit of God moved over the waters, explosion of light. The long chain of emerging life. Behold, it was very good. These candles evoke the very first light. Out of the darkness came reason, purpose, consciousness of beauty, the power to discern and to do what is right. Let us hold the light in our hearts. Let us bring it with us into the darkest corners of creation. Where there is pain and fear, let us offer the light of love. I do matches.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav etzivanu lehadlik ner v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you who commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. And the next, on page 123, we'll join together in Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho me'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki banu v'chata v'tanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. Thank you. During this month of preparation, as we are thinking about those who mean so much to us, those who bless our lives, the angels that surround us, both figuratively and in reality, join together in Shalom Aleichem, which you'll find on page 142. To give thanks and think about all of the angels that surround us each and every day. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchoni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitchem, Tzeitchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Invite you to offer a greeting and Shabbat Shalom to the angels sitting around you. Invite you to remain standing as we turn now to page 146 and join together in the Baruch Hu. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la be seated. I invite you to join with me. All of them are travelers, bodies in motion, obedient servants of celestial laws. Moons orbit planets, planets circle stars, stars spin around galaxies, galaxies cluster drawn by dark matter. Superclusters flow driven by dark energy. All of us are travelers, bodies in motion, unwitting servants of the flow of time. Within us, atoms vibrate, electrons whirl, and we are changing, aging, spinning our own orbits, drawn together, drifting apart, driven by forces we barely understand. Particles of matter in perpetual motion, we yearn for clarity and calm, strength to master our own dark energies and to encounter the darkness in our world. As we lift our gaze to the starlight, may we lift ourselves to the embrace of a higher law. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you call us to your name. We will know that you we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes. Open up our eyes. Teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Invite you to rise, and we will know that you are one. Shema Please be seated. Continue with this Ve'ahavta for Elul, which you'll find on the screen. Just kind of follow along with me. You can read along with me as well. You shall love the ones who are close with all your heart, with all your spirit, with all your strength. Remember these words, inscribe them on your heart. Love them when they struggle, when they sadden and disappoint you. Love them when they fail. See the good within them even when they can't. Look at them and listen even when it's hard. Be grateful for their guidance, even their reproof, when they save you from yourself. Love them when they give you joy, and love them when they don't. When you lie down, let go of anger. When you rise up at dawn, begin again. Praise them for their deeds at home. Speak to them in public with respect. Bind yourself to the ones you love with promises kept and vows fulfilled. Open to them the gates of your heart, the doorway of your soul, and let them know you. So shall the ones you cherish feel your love, your presence, and your care. We went forth Behind us now the speech of strangers, ahead the freedom to speak our own words and discover the holy. Witnessing this, the great sea fled, the river changed its course, the mountains danced like rams, the hills like sheep. Sea, river, and mountains, what has become of you? Why flee? Change course. Why dance like rams and sheep? Stand in awe, all the earth. The God of Jacob turns rock to water, stone to a gushing stream. Life changes course in an instant. Sing from the heart. Awaken to life's wonders. And turn to Micha Mocha on page 158. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Mihi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mihi chamocha nedar b'kodesh noratehi. Sepele, oh sepele, malchutecha ra'u banecha, ke'ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, malchutecha ra'u banecha, ke'ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la la. We give thanks for the gift of this day, which offers us an opportunity for rest, to find a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace here in our sanctuary, here in each other's presence. Join together in Hashkivenu on page 160. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom B'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom B'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Ushmor Tzeitenu We turn now to the Amidah, our personal moment to stand before God, to find within our heart that which we need to find in this moment. So we pray, create for me a pure heart, renew within me constancy and calm. Respond, answer us with justice and awe. God of our salvation, you are the source of trust from the farthest ends of the earth to its most distant sea. start slowly, and as you feel ready, I invite you to rise for the Amidah. Ananana Adonai, Ananana Svatai Tifta, Ananana Ufi Agid, Ufi Agid Tehilata. Ananana Adonai, Ananana Svatai Tiftach, Ananana Ufi Agi Tahilatecha, Ananana Adonai, Ananana Svatai Tiftach, Ananana Ufi Agi Tahilatecha, Ananana Adonai, Ananana Svatai Tiftach, Ananana Ufi Agid Tahilatecha. I invite you to continue with the words of our prayer book from page 166 through 180, or with the thoughts and meditations of your own hearts. And when you're prepared to do so, feel free to be seated. שאלתי מאת אדוני, אחת שאלתי אותו אבקש. שבתי בבית אדוני, שבתי כל ימי חיי לחזור בנועם אדוני ובחר בהיכלו לחזור בנועם אדוני, to gaze upon the beauty of Adonai. One thing I ask you, Adonai, to be with you all of my life. Achat sha'alti meit Adonai, achat sha'alti oto avakesh. We turn now to our prayer for healing. Praying for refuah shlema, for all suffering of illness of body, of mind, of spirit. In a world very broken, we pray for the healing, all in need. We pray for Aaron Aronov, Gary Ashland, Stephen Baird, Marion Barak, Butch Barrett, Michael Becker, Sophie Belsberg, Itzhak Ben Nomi, Lisa Bird, Elaine Blatt, Louise Cantrell, and Wayne Cantrell, Amy Chadwick, Bill Cohen, Jean Cole, Bertha Coleman, Michael Dyer, Tino Felipe, Gershon Ben Shmuel Miriam, Bernie Goldstein, Robert Greenberg, Harold Igdaloff, Rhonda Kaplan, Jeff Mackler, Joe Marinelli, Eat Nakowitz, Zachary Pierce, Ben Reback, Arlene Reagan, Ivan Rosenberg, Richard Ross, Myrna Salzberg, Benjamin Sculia, Enid Seelig, Lowell Selvin, Miles Sen, Karen Shanbrom, Luann Snyder, Fran Solomon, Henry Summerfield, David Suriel, Lily Sue Tyler, Stephen Valentino, David Ben Herschel Labasha, Amy Weisbart, Rena Weishart, Gib Weinbar, Philip Windsor, and Doug Workman. And before we join together in the words of our prayer for healing, which you'll find on the screen, I invite you, if there are names for those for whom you are praying this Shabbat that we haven't not yet mentioned, if you please feel free to call out their names at this time. Mi sheberach avotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak, veYaakov. Mi sheberach imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel, May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Mi sheberach avotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak, veYaakov. Mi sheberach imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. I was 6 years old on August 28th, 1963, 60 years ago this coming Monday, when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. shared his dream on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Sitting in my living room in Denver, in front of a black and white Zenith television. Some of us remember those. I heard words that changed my life. I couldn't comprehend Dr. King's need to say such words, to fight for his people. Why did some people hate others just because they looked different? Why would anyone seek to demean and degrade, to hurt, or even kill another created in God's image just because it wasn't their image? It was beyond the understanding of a 6-year-old boy. And frankly, while today I get it here, it remains beyond my comprehension here. I would say that my journey to this moment began in that moment, 60 years ago. Dr. King's words touched something very deep in my soul. Today I would tell you that his words connected with God's presence within me. All I knew at the time was that I felt something quite profound. Once I had heard those words, I could say them. Something quite profound stirred in me. And it still does. Those words continue to stir my soul. They are really, in many ways, my personal shofar. My passion for social justice began with the civil rights movement in that moment and grew with the Vietnam War protests of my childhood and the social revolution of the 60s. At the time, as a child, I really didn't have the words to express what I was feeling, but years later, I would hear the words of Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, beautifully expressing exactly what I felt. When he said of marching with Dr. King, I felt as if my feet were praying. These words and more like them continue to inspire me every day. Words of Torah and of our prophets. From last week, Tzedek, Tzedek, Tirdof. Justice, justice you shall pursue. Or from the first reading of Isaiah we did on Shabbat, Nachamu, learn to do good, devote yourself to justice. Or the words of Amos, let justice roll down like waters, and righteousness like a mighty stream. And so many more like them, from Jeremiah and Amos and Micha and Zechariah, to name just a few, calling passionately and urgently for justice from the very heart of our tradition. I have the sacred opportunity and obligation as a rabbi to pay that gift forward, Dr. King's gift to me, that he gave to me on that August afternoon so very long ago. And I hope that in some small way I am planting seeds for a future that will be both more just and more righteous. One in which the beautiful diversity of the divine image in which we are all made will be readily recognized and accepted. I challenge those whom I teach and to whom I preach to find in the words of the prophets, both ancient and modern, the passion, the inspiration, the courage to address the needs of a world which is so very in need of our healing, so very in need of a prophet. And I hope that from time to time I am able to share successfully a spark of the flame that was ignited in me in the age of 6. I pray I might inspire others to not sit idly by, but with passion for what is just and right, to question and advocate, to fight and struggle for the righting of the social injustices that continue to plague us. You know, every so often, I'm approached by someone who, with a wrinkled brow and an air of suspicion, says, "Rabbi, what exactly is social justice anyway? And where can I find it in the Torah after all?" Well, where can you find it in the Torah? Absolutely everywhere. Every turn of the scroll urges the pursuit of justice, from God's clothing of Adam and Eve to God's burial of Moses. So really, how could it not be a part of each of our Pintele Yid? Any Yiddish speakers here? Pintele Yid. You know, your Jewish spark. We simply can't help it, really. We drink it in with our mother's milk. It's in the air we breathe in our homes. We ingest it in the food we eat. We consume justice on Passover with the bitter horseradish of enslavement and the saltwater tears, with apple and walnut mortar. We slurp up concern for healing with chicken soup. We perform a symbolic act of tikkun olam when we find the afikomen. With every quarter we drop in a blue tzedakah box, and every tree certificate we receive from the JNF, a passion for Israel is implanted within us. It's all part of our Pintele Yid. It's our Jewish DNA. But that being said, we still must make a choice. Throughout the book of Deuteronomy, which we have been reading over these weeks, as we will read until we reach Rosh Hashanah, we are reminded that we have a choice to make between life and blessing or curse and death. And of course, that plea will echo throughout this sanctuary during the high holidays in the days to come. But clearly, it is a choice left for each of us to make. And so the Torah asks us, what will you choose? A world of fear and anger, of mistrust and suspicion, a world where we build walls to keep others out, or a world where we build tables at which to feed the hungry and around which to clothe the poor? Will we build barriers to keep the stranger out, or a sanctuary where we welcome them in and love them as ourselves? During these days, this is the choice we are called to make. This is the journey we are asked to take. The choice our tradition would have us make is very clear. 60 years ago, to a child sitting in his living room with his dad, Dr. King shared his dream and awakened a calling in me. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. These are the words that set me on this path 60 years ago this coming Monday. These days, as I gaze upon the blessings that are my family, my wife, my beautiful children, my precious, adorable, amazing granddaughters, even when they put toys inside my guitar. Just in case you're listening. Those words are really more urgent than ever. In these tenuous, challenging, and difficult times, I pray that Dr. King's words continue to inspire us, that they strengthen us all, and encourage us in our ongoing pursuit of his prophetic and sacred dream for his children and for ours. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. So, someone's doing announcements, and I forgot. Oh, Rebecca.
Good evening. Mike, good? Okay. Closer. Okay. I'll project. All right. I'm Rebecca Shares, one of the co-presidents here at Kol Ami. On behalf of the entire board, welcome. We want to wish you Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Latz and Lisa, for leading us in service and the beautiful music. Travis, thank you for the audio-visual. Leonard Seelig, thank you for setting up the Oneg and assisting us. High Holy Days are less than a month away. Selichot is on September the 9th. It is frightening we are at the end of August, but we are, and it's very close. Erev Rosh Hashanah is Friday, September 15th, Kol Nidrei, Sunday evening, September the 24th. We've emailed out information to everyone. We're not sending out paper packets this year. We've emailed the information out, and it's all on the website. So please do register online. We have all the information on sponsorships, the Yiska scrolls. Any questions about tickets or anything like that, reach out to the office. Devorah or Adam will be happy to help if there's any questions. The other most important thing happening at the moment within the synagogue is that we are undergoing the search for our next settled rabbi. Over the next several weeks, we are having someone who's involved in the rabbinic search here on the Friday nights in order to be able to seek opinions and hear from everyone in the congregation. Tonight, Nancy, who is waving, is here in services, and at the Oneg after services, please feel free, come, give your thoughts, find out what's happening, and give your input into what we should be taking into consideration as we're looking for our new settled rabbi. This Sunday, August 27th at 12 p.m., we as Kol Ami and our friends at BCC are having an end of summer beach day at Santa Monica Beach at Lifeguard Station 26. Details are on the website, and there are also sheets in the lobby if you want to come and join for that. Next Friday, September 1st, Open Yad will be holding a dinner after Shabbat services here in West Hollywood. Register online if you want to get the details and join that group, the 20s and 30s groups doing dinner after services next week. Coming up on next Saturday, September the 2nd, the Book Circle will be meeting at 4 p.m, reading Alexandrian Summer by Yitzhak Gozmeno Goran and Yardine Greenspan. At some point, the book club is going to pick an author with a really simple name. Until then, all of us will continue struggling with announcements to pronounce the authors. But Alexandria in summer is the story of two Jewish families living their frenzied last days in the doomed cosmopolitan social world of Alexandria just before fleeing Egypt for Israel in 1951. It is a fantastic book. Enjoy and go join the book circle on September the 2nd. On Sunday, September 3rd, MOCA, Men of Kol Ami, invite you to enjoy a day at sea as they are going whale watching. The excursion leaves out of Long Beach at 11:30 for dockside check-in. More information again on the website. Guaranteed to be a whale of a time. One other date upcoming. On Sunday, October 8th at 1 p.m, we'll be having a memorial for Kol Ami's founding president, John Alshaw. The services will be co-officiated by Rabbi Lutz and Rabbi Yeager, who will be joining us to honor John's memory. So get that date in your diary. That is Sunday, October 8th. A thank you in advance for renewing your 2023 membership with Kol Ami. Renewal statements were sent out via email. Again, if you have any questions about renewing your membership, reach out to the office, reach out to Devorah or Adam. And then one final note tying in with the sermon. Every Sunday at 11 a.m, there are demonstrations being organized by a group called Unacceptable in front of the Israeli consulate. The demonstrations are based around concerns with the state of democracy in Israel. If you want to join that group, Rabbi Lutz has additional details, so please reach out. As always, I know that's a lot, but everything is up to date on the website. So come visit our website, kol-ami.org, kolami.org. While you are there, please consider making a donation to help us with keeping everything that we do throughout the year. Thank you all. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rebecca. My high holiday sermon won't be that long. No, just kidding. Just kidding. All right. I forgot to share this last week, but during the month of Elul, actually we sang this beautiful melody at the end of the silent prayer, Achat Sha'alti by Chava Morel. It's this gorgeous, beautiful, luscious melody. And it comes from the 27th Psalm. The 27th Psalm we are traditionally told to read over the entire month of Elul in preparation for entering the High Holy Days. Actually, you're supposed to read it all the way through Sukkot and Simchat Torah, but beginning in Elul. So we have copies, if you would like to take one home, there are copies outside the sanctuary. I think it's also downloadable off of our website as well, if you want a copy, but nice way to kind of think about and reflect and prepare for these days. And with that, we'll turn to the Aleinu, which you'll find on page 586. I invite you to please rise as we open the ark. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, atei gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Please be seated. On page 594, it is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. As we come to the end of our worship, we pause for this moment of remembrance for those who have touched our lives with their love. As we do so, we remember first those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of their passing, falls on this Shabbat. First, those whose names are on our wall of memory, whose names are lit up this Shabbat: Hilda Katch and Leon Leibowitz, as well as Bob Torr, Josh Kaplan, Don Hollis, Edward Lilleveld, Rose Handman, Leonard Friedel, Victor Koshman, Audrey Koshman, and Arthur Archie Kruskal. Forgot to mention, I should invite you, if you would like, as the name of your loved one is called, to feel free to please rise. And remember those who have died in the past years, whose families are still saying Kaddish for their loved one. We remember Jason Thomas Lodge, Elaine Cohen, Maeve Eisenberg, Barton Cogan, Dabby Blatt, Stephen Shapiro, Carol Rosenthal, Marilyn Horowitz, Murray Blank, Stephen Hochstein, Ernie Sosnick, Stephen W. Wright, Scott Magid, Gloria Brown, Rosina Spitzer, Lizzie Taylor, Jamie Hornbeck, David Bird, Fran Shanbrom, Louis Silverman, Patricia Rudolph, Harriet Stein, David Bordetsky, Vivian Bernard, Leatrice Bloom, Tammy Rabowski, Reverend Daniel E. Smith, George Fisher, and Esther Keller Bloom. And those whose families are in the period of Shloshim Shiva, the first 7 days of mourning, or Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning: Addie Lillyveld, Reva Solomon, Charlotte Joseph, Michael Skye, John Altschul, Eitan Wolf, and Lucy Leibovitz. And this Shabbat as well, we remember Laura Ann Carlton, the owner of Magpie Clothing in Cedar Glen, who was an ally of this community, of the LGBTQ community, and was murdered for being such an ally. We remember her and honor her memory as well. If you are saying Kaddish for a loved one and have yet to hear their name called, if you would like to rise at this time and share their name with us. We say, on behalf of all our loved ones, we say, Zichronam Livracha. May their memories be always a source of love and blessing. In support of the mourners among us, in remembrance of all who have left none, invite the congregation to please rise. It's on page 598. We join together. Yit Kadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavarach La'olam Olamei Almaya. Yit Barak V'Yishtabach V'Yit Pa'ar V'Yit Romam V'Yit Naseh. V'Yit Adar V'Yit Alev V'Yit Halal Shmei Dekutsha Barichu. Le'elamin Kol Birchata V'Shirata. Tushbechata V'Nechemata. Da'amiran Be'alma V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, as we say, Amen. Please be seated. We're going to end with those exact words. I know I always tell you to be seated and then you all stand up and gather together. So don't sit down, stand up and gather together. We're going to oh, set shalom. Shalom, Bim Roma, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu. If you know the hand motions, feel free. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Shalom, Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu. Oh, but that's not all. We are in Elul, so Hope is going to come on up here, and we're going to blow the shofar. As she does so, by the way, some of you know that there's supposedly this prohibition about blowing the shofar on Shabbat. That mostly has to do with the fact that if you broke the shofar on Shabbat, you can't repair it on Shabbat. I actually don't know how. I guess you could break a shofar, but Hope won't. I know. So. Tekiah, Shivarim, Teruah, Tekiah Gedolah. Want to do that? Thank you. Let's give blessings. Thanks for all the blessings we share together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Hope. Shabbat shalom, everyone.